Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about what I think could be one of the best Nikon Z mount lens for landscape and for travel photography. So I picked up this lens from the Nikon office last week. This is the Nikon Z mount 24-200 F4-6.3 lens. To be honest with you guys, I'm really excited about this lens. Now you might be thinking this is just an all-purpose lens, it's not a fast lens, it doesn't have a wide aperture of f2.8 or above. So it's probably also inferior in sharpness and quality. So why am I so excited about this lens? Reason number one is focal range. The focal range of 24mm to 200mm is a very useful range for landscape, cityscape and architecture photography. Now even though we usually think about landscape as a wide angle kind of shooting like 24mm and wider, there are some very useful applications for shooting on the telephoto end. Now, shooting a telephoto is very different from shooting a wide angle. You get that telephoto compression, which presses in the subject with his background. And I'm going to be so looking forward to shooting architecture photography at the 200mm end of this lens. It's also a very good tool for isolating a subject from his background. Notice how I focus on the subject and throw the background out of focus to bring the viewer's attention onto what I want them to see. Now reason number two is weight. Now when I travel, if I want to carry this focal range of 24 to 200, I'm going to have to carry my 24-70 and my 70-200 f2.8. Now that's a combined weight of 2.3 kilograms. This lens is only 570 grams. That's almost 4 times lighter. Look at the size difference as well. With its 67 filter trap diameter, it can easily fit into any camera bag. If I'm going hiking up the Canadian Rockies or going through the desert in Utah, I'll take this smaller lens over having to carry 2 larger lenses. Let's be honest here. How many times have you left a heavy lens at home or in the car just because you were too lazy to carry it out? With the 24 to 200mm, I have the entire focal range in my hand, and the option to shoot telephoto is always there whenever I need it. Now reason number 3 is quality and sharpness. Now when I started out in photography, my first all-purpose lens was the 18-105, and I've never been a huge fan of all-purpose zoom lens since. I've never mentioned on this channel, but I also used to run a photography business which saw about 140 events per year as well as 20 plus weddings. And because of that, I've always stuck with Nikon's professional series of lenses, the f2.8 zooms and all the prime lenses. However, for landscape photography, I don't need fast lenses. I find most of my landscape shots are between f8 and f16, and I'm almost never going to need a wide aperture for landscape and cityscape photography. Now sharpness wise, the days of poor performing all-purpose lenses are over. I've seen reviews for this lens that state that it is almost as sharp as the 24 to 70 f4. Now you may argue that it's never going to be as sharp as the 24-70 f2.8, and you are right to say that. But let me ask you a question, how sharp do you need your lenses to be? I'm going to be honest with you guys. Almost 95% of the images that I take are never printed, and they are only shown on social media. That means the highest resolution that you are ever going to see my images, or the highest resolution that you usually see my images, is at 2500 pixels on my block. That's it. Do you think you can tell any difference in sharpness at 2500 pixels? And let's also consider the fact that most of my viewers visit my blog or YouTube using a mobile device. That means that from a small mobile device screen and at a pixel dimension of 2500, the chances is that most people are not going to see much difference in sharpness or quality. In fact, the only way you will see any difference in sharpness between this lens and the 24-70 is, I believe, if I were to shoot two sets of images with the exact same conditions, exact same settings, I'll print out those two images and blow them up at like 24 by 32 inches, put them side by side for you to do in a comparison. And I believe that even so, most people can't tell the difference in sharpness as long as the images are processed correctly. Now, reason number 4 is cost. Currently, you can buy this lens at about 1,400 Singapore dollars. Now, in comparison, the 24-70 f4 is 1,500 Singapore dollars, and the 70-200 f4 is about 2,200. So that's a total of about 3,700. So this lens, compared to the other two lenses, is 1,400 versus 3,700. That's a huge difference. Now, are there any downsides to this lens? Yes, there is, because Nikon made this lens so compact. It is a retractable lens. As you can see, it extends upwards when you zoom out. So what happens when you do this is that sometimes there might be dust or water that gets on the lens, and if you're not careful, you retract it, those dust and water is going to get inside the lens. Now, Nikon has stated that this lens is drip-proof and dirt-proof, dust-proof, but I do believe that over time, some dust and some dirt is going to get inside the lens. So I'm not a huge fan of the retractable lens design, but you'll see what happens after a few years of usage. So in conclusion, I'm really glad that Nikon created this lens at such a high quality and sharpness. I'm so looking forward to the day that we can all travel again, so I can bring this lens out for some landscape and some architecture. As usual guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions on the lens, leave a comment down below and I promise I will get to you. And please do also subscribe to my channel so you do not miss a single video. Also leave me a thumbs up, I would love that very much. Thank you very much. Shalom and goodbye.